What's up, guys? Welcome to the second episode of the TJP Podcast. Today, we have Rooney joining us. He's an Australian personal trainer and here to talk about everything fitness. What's up?
Yeah. Let's go. How are we going, Trystan? Oh, bro, when you come back down or when I come up now, I can travel. We got to catch up again, bro. It's been ages. It's been ages.
It's been like what?
Almost like 3 years now. Like in December. Yeah, because America was almost 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah. That's crazy. Long time, bro. What have you been up to?
It's not just happened. Oh, obviously the gym, PT now, basketball is not went out the window, but it's not like I'm not training to be like a professional basketball player anymore. I remember after America, when we got back, I was so committed. Like I'm pretty sure the next day when we landed back, got back to Australia, got home, settled in. I'm pretty sure the next day I was back at the courts, already training, ready to go again.
Same,
but
bro.
yeah, after that year, I went and tried out for this team. And like basically this is not to like float my own boat, but I should have made the team when I didn't. I was at these tryouts. And there's like 8 of us there and like 12 people made the team. And it's just like 4 people. Yeah. So like 4 people made it that weren't even there. And it's one of those things that like, it disheartens you a bit. Like even though I could have easily just tried out next year, I could have easily tried out somewhere else. But like that just messes you up because like I was training hard for that year. This is like a pretty top level competition for under 21s, and like doing all that and then seeing the teams put out and like all these dudes made it and like half of them weren't even actually at the tryout. So it didn't matter how good I was at the end of the day. Like it does get to a point where it's often like not how good you are, but it's who you know and like what connections you have. But it still sucked. Like. Because then I played a lot of them in like social comps and stuff, like not like serious comps, just social comps. Like I beat all of them multiple times, and like it's just, I was like, really, like you all made it, I didn't, and like none of them could say anything to me about it. I was like, oh, bro, like you made the team, like how come I didn't? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's right. Like it's so like yeah, it's like after that I kind of lost a bit of interest for it, just because like after I was like that's if it's really gonna just take for me to get high, it's just I just gonna know this person, I'm gonna know people who are higher up. Like I just. Like, obviously it sucks, and that's how a lot of sports do actually end up being, but like, I'd rather focus on other things. So after that, yeah, focus on PT, the gym. I still coached a lot of basketball, still coach a lot of kids, like, who just learning how to play, just starting out, but like, don't really play seriously anymore. Only play probably just for a bit of fun.
You're a personal trainer back in Australia?
Yeah, personal trainers.
What made you into that?
Well, like I was at school, so obviously I don't know what it is in America, what their school levels like. So we have year 11, which is like you've almost finished. I forgot what they call it in America, like year 11. So I was in year 11, whatever
like
that is,
senior or something.
Basic, like senior or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I was in year 11. I got to the end of year 11. I was like, like I was gonna go to like uni. That's basically like your version of college, I think. So we have uni, which is it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I was thinking about going to uni, and then I got to like literally my last like week of year 11 and decided I was going to leave because it just school wasn't it for me. And then I got myself a job, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to TAFE, which is like, I don't actually know. Do you know what TAFE is?
Yeah, I went to TAFE for the same thing.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, we're talking about that. Yeah, so you know what TAFE is. I don't know what the equivalent like in America is, but like. Anyone else watching TAFE, if you're in a different country, is like, imagine like college, but like shorter. So they're like courses, they're a bit shorter. They don't cost usually as much.
Yeah.
They're not as high level, but like they still get you like qualifications and stuff, probably is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So then that would have been that would have been last year. So yeah, last year I was going to TAFE to become a qualified trainer. So I had to do a Cert 3 and 4. So I did my Cert 3 last year and then finished my Cert for like a month before lockdown. So probably about probably in March, like in April, May, I finished and became a fully qualified trainer. Like I wanted something that like I enjoyed training. I enjoy fitness. I'm a pretty sociable person. I like talking to people. I was already coaching kids at basketball, so I knew I could yell, as in like not in a bad way, but I had the voice to yell at people, tell them what to do. So then I was like, personal training, that sounds sick. And like I got into it, started going to the gym a lot more often. Personal training became a lot more important. I was working at a pretty small gym last year, doing like small group class, like 5 people, and like working in another job at the same time. And then this year, it really picked up when I got like a proper personal training job, like teaching classes all the time, teaching one-on-ones, like one-on-one PT sessions. Now I think I'm up to like 20 PTs. I've got 20 PT members. Some of them have multiple sessions a week, and I've actually had to go back in a few hours for that. But yeah, so it was probably just once I started doing it, just seeing people improve, like physically and like mentally. People like a lot of people, obviously most people get a PT, they want to like just simple things like lose weight. Some people want to put some muscle on, some people want to get stronger. Like seeing all that is all very exciting. It's a very rewarding job, excluding like the pay and stuff. Like it's very rewarding seeing people like improve, even coaching basketball kids. When you see some kids start, you can't even shoot, but then at the end of it, you can like actually like shoot a ball with proper form and everything. It's just like is nice to see. And like I generally just like training people anyway. Like it's fun going to the gym. Oh, like let's go, bro. Let's go do bench press or something. You're gonna do this, this, and this, and then just like absolutely pushing them along.
Yeah,
so that's kind of where it started. Now it's just getting bigger and bigger from here.
That's good. So you got your in-person clients, and then you started a website for it. How's that going?
So Rooney personal training.
Just plug it, bro. Plug it. The link will be in the description.
Yeah. So at the moment, I've got just programs on there. More will be coming soon. Online training, like online personal training. So obviously you don't see each other face to face, but I communicate with you on like a weekly basis and stuff. That will be coming in soon. That's in the works at the moment because of my actual PT load, like actual face to face clients is pretty big at the moment. So it's in the works of like how I'm going to organize programming, how I'm going to organize what all my clients and stuff will be doing. But online personal training will be coming soon. So if you want to get stronger, want to get fitter, want to lose some body weight, want to build some muscle mass, like hit me up. I'll help you out.
For sure. The link to that will be in the description again. So will Jai's Instagram. So go give him a follow.
Yeah, check us out.
So with that website, will it be like, do you give them the workout programs, or do they
so at the moment there's 2 programs on there that you can pick from. They're slightly different from each other. When online personal training becomes available, you'll get like your own separate one. So it won't just be one that I've already like made that's already on the website. It'll be like a proper one that's more catered towards what you want. So like say like the ones on there now is like a simple, like in the gym, like push pull leg. You know what push pull legs is in the gym? Yeah. So like one's like push pull legs. Well, actually they're both push pull legs programs. They're just slight variations. Let's say if you came to me and you wanted PT, I'd be like, okay, you want to improve your bench, so we can do like a chest focus day, so a push day, or we could be a chest and back day. Like yours would be it's a bit more catered. So every person that would decide to do online training with me, they get their own dedicated programs. No, just not some pre-made one they've already got. It's like a dedicated one that I'll make for them and take the time to make for them.
Oh, that's cool.
So what are you doing? Are you working? What are you doing at the moment?
So I'm rehabbing my ACL.
Yeah.
And then on the side, I've got my clothing business and then this podcast.
I can't wait for my shirt to arrive, bro.
Sorry that's taking so long, eh?
Oh no, it's at the moment that's kind of what anything that I order online at the moment like takes ages to get here because of what's going on down this way. That's all good.
Little plug. Go cop TJP merch.
That's looking good. I love the bet on yourself part of the back.
Yeah. So the link to that will be in the description as well. That's my clothing line. I got 2 shirts available at the moment. Shorts will be coming soon. Hoodies coming soon. Hats.
I can't wait for the hoodies.
Everything's going to be coming soon. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I'm doing at the moment. I want to hear your thoughts on fad diets. Like keto diets and all that stuff. What are your thoughts on that?
So fad diets, like it depends. Like I'm very like, what's the word? Holistic about my approach to like train people and stuff. As in like fad diet, they work for some people. they don't work for others. So to say keto, for example, some people work really well on a keto, as in like they don't mind missing on their rice, their bread, their carbohydrate. They're happy to have like their fats, their peanut butter, avocado, eggs, all that kind of stuff. So for some people, it works really well. Some people it doesn't. It's not a magical pill. Like a lot of people think that like, oh, if I go on this keto diet, I'm gonna lose heaps of weight. But usually going on the actual diet itself is not what causes people to lose the weight. It's like a lot of people, let's say, for example, you know how you how calories are. So let's say, for example, someone's on, let's say, a diet of 2,000 calories, like with their carbs. They're not like just a normal diet. And then let's say, okay, I'm gonna go keto. I'm gonna get rid of all my carbs. Then now they've reduced all their carbs. So now that obviously takes your calories down to, let's say, 1,400. It's like, oh my gosh, the keto's helping me lose weight. No, it's just the fact that you've had no carbs and you haven't upped your protein and your fat. That's what's actually caused you to lose weight, the calorie deficit, not the actual going keto itself. And like some of them, like, pardon me, are like just blown out of proportion. Like keto, yes, it has been shown to have some good effects, not for everyone, but for some people. It's one of those things that if you want to try, give it a go, but like it's not like as magical as people make it out to be. Most fad diets aren't. Like I'm trying to think of like or just any diet that you can think of. It's like any fad diet you can think of. It works for some people, doesn't work for others. There is health benefits for some people, but not for others. Like people have like, you've heard like the big ones. It's like, oh, I've like almost cured my cancer, whatever, from the keto. Yes, for some people that may have happened, but for other people, like they go one. I don't know. Like it's just what you hear. Maybe not the keto diet itself, but maybe it's just because they actually just generally ate less than they should have. So that's probably what. Maybe cancer is probably a bit far of an example, or like probably obesity is probably a better example to use, where like it's not. So like if anyone's out here going to think about doing keto, give it a go, but make sure you keep your calories like still the same. So say right now, if you're on 2,000 and you cut out all your carbs, make sure your fats and protein is equivalent to that 2,000 now. That's what a lot of people usually get wrong. They say, I'm having 100 grams of carbs a day on a normal diet, which that's pretty low anyway, but they have like 100 grams and then let's say, okay, I'm gonna cut down to 20 grams and go keto. Well, like you've got rid of a certain amount of calories there already. So you need to like make up for it.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of people do wrong. They basically start eating less and they think, oh yeah, the keto diet's what's helping me lose weight. No, it's just the fact that you're eating less than you need. That's what's actually causing you to lose weight.
Yeah.
Just calories in versus calories out. It's the most simple thing ever, but it's overcomplicated by like everyone.
For sure. Yeah, I hear a lot of people like around me and like text me and stuff and ask me for like a special diet for them to lose weight. I'm like, realistically, there's no special diet to lose weight. You just got to make sure you're eating less than what you're exhausting out.
Basically eating less than your body needs to like, but obviously keeping up within range. Like if you need 3,000 calories to maintain your weight, don't go down to 2,000 calories. That's ridiculous amount. Go to like 2,800 to start, and over time, once that starts, like once your body gets used to that, then go down to like 2,700, then go down by another 100, like over a few weeks. Like you make these small incremental changes over time, not like just big drastic jumps. Otherwise, your body's not going to be used to it. You won't last in the diet for very long. Like a lot of this, it's all simple stuff that's just overcomplicated. Like.
Yeah.
Keep it as simple as possible when like eating less. Just eat less. Don't worry about going keto. Eat less than you normally do, and you will lose weight. And then over time, you have to eat a little bit less because your body will get used to that amount of calories. So eat a bit less over time, and you will lose weight. And that's basically, in short, the most efficient way to lose weight is just eat less than you need to.
Exactly.
There is no secret way to do it.
Have you heard of the Harris-Benedict equation or calculator or something?
Or maybe at some point.
I found it probably like a year ago, and you enter in like all your details and it calculates how much you should eat if you're exercising X amount of times a day and stuff.
Yep.
So if you're trying to lose weight, you can also look that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go online. TDEE calculator is like the most simple one. Like you can find heaps of them online. It's just total daily energy expenditure, and just gives you like, if you write in like, your age, male or female, like how active you are in a day. It gives you how many calories you should be having a day to like maintain your weight, and then from there you can just lower your calories and stuff from there.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on? I want to hear your thoughts on some body positivity.
Oh, geez, here we go. Bit of a controversial one here.
So, anyone watching this, like, don't take anything we say here to heart.
Yeah,
it's just our opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've seen a lot of stuff lately. That's why I wanted to bring it up on I think a lot of women in particular saying that being fat is healthy. I've seen that a lot. What are your thoughts on that?
There's like, to a degree, because like in general, women are meant to have more fat on their body than men are, to a degree. I don't mean an excessive amount. I mean like your body fat, women's body fat is generally meant to be higher than men, just because of like the difference in like testosterone and difference in hormones and stuff that men and female have. So generally females should have more fat on them regardless anyway. But there is, to a certain point, this whole body positivity thing is only to a degree. Like the more body fat you have, especially around your internal organs, so all the stuff here, so like your chest, your stomach, like basically it's not, the more you get, basically the worse you're going to be. Like increased chances as heart disease, obesity, like different types of obesity, diabetes, and type 2 diabetes, like it's increases the chances of all of those. So like, yes, you should be positive about your own body. I do agree about that. You should be positive in your own body, like no matter what. But there is a certain point where like, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm body positivity. But it's like, what's your cholesterol level? Like that's, at the end of the day, it's like, if let's say you're on your deathbed because your cholesterol is ridiculously high because you just had a heart attack because of how much body fat and food you're eating, like being like, oh, it's my body, like it doesn't matter, like I look good either way. That's not going to keep you alive, unfortunately. At the end of the day, some people need to hear that it's not going to keep you alive. Telling all the people that are coming in to support you, they're like, oh, like you look amazing, your body looks really good, don't listen to them. That's not going to save you at the end of the day. Getting up and just eating less and exercising is what's going to keep you alive. Like obviously there's people who have more body fat than others, and like say they live a normal life for their whole life, never have health problems, but having that much body fat increases your chances of basically all these diseases, like I said, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, increases the chances of all of those. And unfortunately, body positivity isn't going to like basically change that. So it's very, it's like, it's one of those things that's like, it's to a degree, like obviously it's like, you gotta be positive in your own body because your body, it is your body at the end of the day. And like what you decide to do is obviously still your choice. But at the end of the day, you still want to be healthy on both ends too. Even like a good example is obviously it's always usually about people with higher body fat. You can even talk about people who are super muscly and like there's a point where you can have too much muscle. And like, there's been like, this year especially, there's been heaps of big bodybuilders die. Like, I don't know how many you know and stuff, but like heaps of bodybuilders dies. A lot of them just because of how much their heart has to pump blood to all these muscles around their body. Like it's not just like both ends. Like it's the same thing for them. Like they can be all body positivity. They want, I'm big, I look good, doesn't matter. But your heart and at the end of the day matters. That's what's keeping you alive. And if both ends are like body positivity isn't going to save you, basically.
So I got a question about that because I generally didn't know this, but like you said, with like the bodybuilders and stuff, when they died, was it because you said something about the heart? Was it because of like a heart attack?
Some of them, it depends because a lot of them aren't known, because when you're a bodybuilder, and especially a lot of these top level dudes are taking like steroids or some supplements in that kind of form, like it can be a lot of things, because like it can be because your heart's working so hard, it can get to a point where it actually gets too big. Like your heart does increase in size and it can get where it's too big, or when has to pump out so much blood just because, not because you're doing activity, but because you need blood to pump to all your muscles for them to actually work. And the bigger they get, the more blood you're going to need. And it gets to a certain point where it can be too much. So heart attacks is a very common one. It's not always heart attacks. Like some of them do have underlying health conditions that can be made worse through basically bodybuilding and getting bigger. So it does depend, but usually heart attacks is a pretty common one just because their heart can't keep up with how much muscle they have and doing activity at that level of muscle mass.
Yeah. Okay. That's something I didn't know. So
yeah, like not sometimes it's like other stuff. Like some, not all bodybuilders die just from that. Like some of them do die from other stuff, but it's just a common one because like steroids can also inflate your heart size, and it's not like the bigger it gets, the better you are. No, like there is a certain point where it's like diminishing returns where you're just making things worse by getting to that certain level. Not everyone's the same. It's like obviously some people have survived, like some people have lived through like these issues, some people haven't. Like it kind of depends. It's more if you're willing to take the risk. It's like the whole body positivity thing. Like you can be at such a high body fat and still live the rest of your life with no issues, but it's just you increase the chances of having these issues if you don't do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of people who have high body fat their whole life and live their whole life fine, but there's obviously people who get to like their 30s and have high body fat and have like every issue under the sun.
Yeah. I think about it the same way that you do, pretty much. But I want to throw out some stats that I found out the other day, and this is where I have a problem with it.
Here we go.
So these are just for Australia.
Yeah, okay.
Our hometown.
Yeah.
Our home country, I should say.
Home country.
Yeah. So 70% of Australian adults are obese.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
70. Oh my gosh. That's actually really high.
And in the world, 1.9 billion adults are obese. 38 million kids under the age of 5 are obese.
Under the age of 5.
Mm-hmm.
That under the age of 5 that one's a bit not different, but because at the age of 5, it's a lot of parents' influence, I reckon.
Yeah,
because like at the age of 5, it's not like you can make your own food. Yeah. It's still shocking to hear that still.
That's why I wanted to bring it up. I think with like a lot of the kids stats and like a lot of obese kids, it's where the problem is the parents.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, and that's one thing. Like, I mean, a lot of this stuff, especially this, is obviously a very controversial topic. A lot of people don't like talking about it, or they don't like expressing opinions about it, because obviously there's going to be people that like don't like your opinion. You can't please everyone. I think most people know you can't please everyone about this. Like, there's people who there may be people who watch this and be like, oh, I can't believe you're saying that, but like, at the end of the day, it's our opinion. It's not like I'm saying I'm right and you're wrong. It's just saying like, oh, this is what I think about body positivity and stuff.
For sure. Yeah, so don't take this offensively. This is,
but that like 70%, like 70% obesity rate in Australia is like it's very high, and like it's caused by just a lot of things. Like nowadays, office jobs and jobs where you don't move around are a lot more common.
Yeah.
Fast food is easily more readily available than ever. Even now, even more delivery services in Australia. Like, I know in America, delivery services have been a big thing for a while, but in Australia, they've just actually really like come up. Like now, it's very easy just to be like, oh, I'm gonna order some McDonald's from home, and then it's just like it's like that. Like you've got McDonald's just like that. It's so many more places. I wouldn't say that like healthier foods are more expensive, but like sometimes they are. It's like when you go to the shops, it's like, oh, I can go buy a bag of spinach, or in Australian price. I don't know what your price equivalent, but like in Australia, I can go buy a bag of spinach for like $6, but a bag of chips or a pack of lollies is going to cost me $3.
Yeah,
it's like that's like it's a pretty big range for like not the same thing, but for food at the end of the day, it's like either like a bag of vegetables is like $6, but a bag of lollies is like $3. It's some things can be more expensive when going the healthier route, but it's like, what price do you want to pay to like have? Would you rather like we were talking about before, like have this high cholesterol from all the macros you've been eating, all the lollies you've been having, or spend a bit more and like be healthier, live a bit longer, less chance of all these diseases. Like, it's just which one would you rather take?
Yeah, exactly. And I think like being over in the US, like living here, I've noticed it a lot more. Like there's like at least one fast food place on every single corner like that you drive down. Like I live here and there's literally a Macca's just across the road, and then like a Taco Bell, and then Cane's, and then like I've got like 5 different fast food places just in like my street.
Damn.
I'm like, this is the problem. But yeah.
Like, it's just it is hard because like, yeah, like it's just so readily available. Obviously, like things like Mac is one of the biggest ones. I think we all know McDonald's is like, it's like they just keep they have enough money to buy more land, so the more money they make. Like at the end of the day, money is obviously a big factor for a lot of these businesses.
Yeah.
Like Mac and stuff, obviously money is an important factor, just like, well, money is an important factor in a lot of different things. But it's just, yeah, like what point is it going to be like too much? When's like a point we're going to reach like, okay, maybe we should like do something bad, because we probably already should be. And like even just things like people are less active than they used to. Like we have scooters, like motorized scooters that like not just old people are having, like younger people are having these scooters that drive around. Like more cars on the road than there ever is. Like it's just, yeah, like it's like we have information given to us, but a lot of people don't know how to use it or just decide not to. It's just like on TV ads, you don't always see like, oh, come here and get this nice salad that's like good for you. It's good for your digestive system. It's like, oh, come get this juicy burger from McDonald's. It's like, well, like which one's going to be more enticing for like the average person? A nice juicy burger or a salad? Like it's pretty obvious which one most people would go towards.
Staying on the track of fast food and stuff, and this is like a topic that I've been thinking about a lot. Do you think there's a difference between good calories and bad calories?
Yes and no. So like I don't look at it as kind of, I don't like saying to people food's good and bad just because, so let's say, I have to say that like there's food that has more nutrients in it than others, just because it's like when you attach like feelings and words to food, they can start to become a problem to eat. So let's say, for example, let's take a donut and an apple, but let's say it's like the amount of apples is equivalent to how many calories the donut is. So it's fair. So it's like one donut is probably like, let's say 2.5 free apples or something. So the donut, we all know, would taste nicer. So it's not, you can't really say it's bad because it tastes nicer, but the apples have more nutrients. So at the end of the day, they're both the same calories. So say if you're trying to lose weight, they're both still the same calories at the end of the day, but the apples obviously have more nutrients in it than the donut does. So it's not really good and bad. It's this has more nutrients than this does. But it's finding it's finding like a balance. Obviously, like an example, I have to say to people, let's say if your calories is 2,000 and you eat 1,500 calories worth of McDonald's, you will still lose weight, but it's just not very good for your bodily systems. Like having all that junk food, very little micronutrients, very little fruits and vegetables. Like, yes, you'll lose weight and stuff, but it's not the best way to go. So it's like having a balance between like having your nutritious foods, like your salads, your vegetables, your whole grains, all that kind of stuff, your lean proteins, but knowing that like having a donut is not going to be like the end of the world, or it's not, a donut is bad, but an apple is good, because it's like, well, the donut tastes better, so it can't be that bad. Like it's just, I like to say that like things just have more nutrients in it than others, because like, what if it's like, at the end, let's say it's the end of the day and you have enough calories to eat a donut or an apple, and the rest of the day you've had like a healthy lunch, you've had a healthy breakfast, and at the end of the day you got a donut and 3 apples. It's like, which one are you going to pick? You go, oh my gosh, the donut's bad, I'm going to stay away from it. Like every time you go near a donut, you have bad thoughts about it, are eventually going to hit a point where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have 10 donuts now to make up for it. It's like, I'd rather you just eat that one now.
The donut, yeah.
And it's finding balance, basically.
For sure. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's different for like athletes and just a normal gym goer, because I watch this nutritionist a lot, and he's like a sports nutritionist, and a lot of the things he says is like athletes in general just need more calories than like a normal person.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And if they haven't met that calorie goal and it's like the last meal of the day or something, he'd rather you eat something that's not so good for you and get those calories in than something healthy and lose a lot of those calories.
Yeah. I definitely agree, because like athletes and like gym people who work out pretty regularly or have very active jobs. So like if you've got a job where you're moving around all day, even if it's just walking around all day, like what's like, I'm trying to think of a good example, but like anyway, something that, hold on.
The camera went off.
Yeah, no, someone was just calling me. If you have a very active job, then having more calories is definitely a requirement, just because your body needs more energy throughout the day to sustain your activity. And like you still want most of it to be coming from, let's say, more nutritious options.
For sure.
But like, yeah, if you've got, let's say, for example, 4,000 calories, like my current calories are like 3,600. And that's like just to maintain weight. That's not even like putting on weight, losing weight. That's just to stay the same weight. Like I can have 3,000 calories worth of healthier, more nutritious stuff, and have like 600 calories, and that probably get me like 1.5 donuts to eat at the end of the day if I really wanted to. And I'd still stay the same weight. I'd have enough energy to get everything I need to during the day. And yeah, but when you have a bit less calories, so if you're just like the average person, like work a normal desk job or just work a normal job, go to like the gym regularly or like exercise regularly, but not like at an athlete level, you will need a bit less. There is a bit less room to play around with, but like over time, you'll learn how to manage your calories.
For sure. I want to go a bit away from like diets and stuff. Do you watch any boxing at all?
Watch boxing?
Yeah.
Yes and no. I don't mind boxing. I've done a bit of it in the past. I don't mind watching it. The last kind of fight I probably watched seriously was the Jake Paul. I
was about to ask you about
that. Yeah, because that's obviously a big thing at the moment.
Are you a Jake Paul fan?
Am I a Jake? I am a bit more now because of his boxing. Like, obviously everyone's got an opinion on this, and a lot of people, when I posted a photo or something when he won his last fight, I was like, oh, let's go. Like Jake Paul was like hyping him up, and like people were like, why would you do that? Like he's this, he's that. Like everyone's like, oh, he's arrogant. Every boxer is arrogant. Every boxer, every fight they do, I'm better. I'm gonna whoop this guy's ass. I'm gonna fuck this dude up. Like every fight beforehand, every boxer's arrogant. Like you gotta imagine going to going for your interviews and all that kind of stuff, and be like, oh, you know what? This guy's actually pretty tough. He might beat me. Like, who the hell is going to say that?
Yeah, no.
Like, no one is. And like, if he's in it for the money, he's in it for the money. Like, at the end of the day, it's what he wants to do. That's like, we all know Floyd Mayweather. Yes, Floyd Mayweather obviously trained hard and is an absolute beast. But like, at the end of the day, he still wanted money. Like, that's imagine putting all this effort. Like obviously Jake Paul's put effort into. Imagine doing all this just for nothing. Like at the end of the day, you may love it, but like imagine spending all this time. Imagine if Floyd Mayweather never won any money from boxing. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have done it either.
Yeah, no.
So like that argument's a bit. I don't like that argument either. But Jake Paul,
a big part of it.
Yeah, like I would give it to Jake Paul. He's trained. He has genuinely trained for it. Yes, he may not have fought a proper boxer yet, but he has still fought UFC professionals. Even though it's not boxing, UFC, you do know how to punch. It's still combat. You still know how to hit. You still know how to defend yourself. Like everyone, like his first one against, it was Nate Robinson, wasn't it? That one, his first fight was at Nate Robinson because
Well, his first pro fight,
Yeah, that one we may not need to count because Nate Robinson wasn't like a UFC fighter or something like it. I remember watching that and seeing him get absolutely walloped. I remember that because he got knocked out twice, I think, in that fight. And I was like, Jake Paul, let's go. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, I was hyping him up for that one too.
Yeah, like that one. Yeah, because I remember Nate Robinson was talking so much smack, and he got absolutely like smacked within like wasn't like the first round he got knocked out. It was pretty early on.
I think all these fights, except for this last one with
what's his name? Tyron Woodley. Is it Tyron Woodley?
Yeah. Every fight but that one has gone in the first round.
Yeah, like it's and like he's worked his way up to like get to these fights. Like he's put in the work and like it's not just coincidence. Like you don't just coincidentally win like 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Regardless. His last one was obviously a bit controversial because like it was whatever, I can't remember the score. It wasn't a draw. It's where by because one of the people watching voted split decision. Yeah. Like that's where it's a bit controversial. Like that one's a bit more like, but he's still at the end of the day, he's still won all 4. He's not been knocked out. He's knocked out multiple people. He's fought UFC professionals. Yes, they're not boxers, but they are UFC professionals. Like he's I don't think people should be giving him as much shit as he gets. Like I remember but the Logan and Floyd fight, that was just that one was pretty shit to watch. Like I watched it like like a bit of it. Like it's because
I give props to Logan, but he can hang in there.
Yeah, he can. Like obviously, I reckon Floyd wasn't going to go all out because like the longer the fight went, the more money, well, basically the more money they're going to get, the longer they went. Yeah, I remember like one point in the fight, like Floyd literally like was helping Logan up. So it's like it's better the day, like Floyd, Floyd basically was like, imagine like how much money this is going to make. Like, why not come back out for another fight? Make I don't even know how much it would have made. But it would have made a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
like it would have been yes, like why wouldn't he? Like, and like obviously, I think we all know that. Like Floyd, if he genuinely put in all his effort, he would have probably knocked Logan out within one punch. But like Floyd was thinking about money too. That's like money's obviously like it's not a driving factor, but it's a pretty big factor at the end of the day.
They love that. Like a lot of people love what they do, but it's all about money for everyone in the end.
Yeah, it's like it's not like money's the end all be all, but like it's like, well, you can't keep boxing if you don't have money to afford to go use the gym, or if you can't afford to pay for food. Like you still want it to make money. It's like you want your passion to be able to make money, or if you want to take it that way and like actually make a career out of it, like you want it to make money. So imagine if like, let's say for me being a PT, imagine if I was just training people for free all the time. Well, then why would I be doing it? Because like, well, I still need to be able to eat food. Yeah, I still need to be able to eat food and pay for things. Yeah, like boxing's being like and then who's Jake Paul fighting next? I can't wait for his next one. Jake Paul and it's
Tommy Fury.
What's his name? Yeah, Tommy Fury. I cannot wait for that one. Like
what's your
Tommy Fury's I reckon Jake Paul. Like I'm just rooting for Jake Paul now because like, at this point like, he's got up there because Tommy's like I don't know if I really like Tommy.
I'm not a fan of him. I'm like. I'll admit it. I was a Jake Paul fan back when he was like doing all the YouTube stuff. I did watch it. But now that he's gone into like boxing and stuff, I'm rooting for him like every fight he does. Yeah,
because like I reckon he like definitely deserves. And that's why a lot of people do this. I was talking to someone about this the other day. Like him and Tommy Fury is ridiculous. Like Jake Paul doesn't deserve. Like yeah, he does. Like Tommy, like Jake Paul has actually offered this dude the biggest fight of his life, and like Tommy was like, oh, this is not enough. Like, bro, that fight is like more than double what you've ever earned in a fight, and you think that's not enough. Like, I remember, and because like the best part is definitely seeing like the banter between them. I remember Jay posting things too. This dude saying this fight's enough money, but like, he can't even afford to get like a private flight here or something, and like all that kind of stuff. And like, it's just funny to see. Yeah, like I remember saying that because like Jay Paul absolutely, but that's like, and it's just funny. Like that's what it's about. Like Jay Paul like takes the absolute piss out of all of them.
Yeah,
like the whole Tommy at the bar incident where he like had like some bar tab of something and didn't pay it.
Oh really?
And like Jake was and Jake was just like, this $1.5 million fight isn't worth it, but you can't even pay this like $900 tab or something. And like it's funny. Like that's why I like Jake, because he's like you gotta have a bit of fun with it. That's like the whole point.
For sure. More about you. What kind of music you into?
Oh, music. Oh, rap. Obviously, raps.
Rap?
Like raps, obviously. Yeah, I remember in America, especially, rap was obviously pretty big. Like at basketball games, our first game, when like the music was playing, we got our names called out. Like in Australia, like at our level, or like the level we would be playing at, you don't get that. You don't get your name called. I remember we were going there, like, they're playing like Travis Scott or something, and it's like, oh, like Trystan, and like you walk out and like number 7, and like they call your name out and stuff, and just but no, rap. Cool. Definitely rap's probably like the best, or I think the best. Like especially, like I listen to like a lot of rap, like old rap, a lot of more modern rap. Like I love my modern day rap. Like I know a lot of people don't like it, but like it's becoming a lot more popular, which is kind of good and bad. Like I hate like TikTok and all there. I'm not a bit like I don't really use TikTok, and I don't really sit there and watch it. Like there's an occasional video I might watch it. Like, oh, that's why I got rid of it, because I was on there. Like you can easily scroll through and like all these damn dances, like all these like songs that like
I need to delete that shit, bro.
Yeah, like like I'm being like, do you know this song, bro? And you're like, oh yeah, that's the one from TikTok. It's like, no, it's not. Like it just, even though it doesn't affect me at the end of the day, it's still annoying being like, oh wow, this song, it's only known because of TikTok. It's not because it's actually good or something. Yeah.
Who are your top 5 rappers? Give them to me.
Top 5. All right. So Lil Baby's absolutely goated. He's
in order from 5 to best.
Okay. Well, okay. 5.
I'll make it harder for you.
5. Who would 5 be? I don't know. 5's kind of like my one that just, it depends on the time. Like 5. So the top 4 are always the top 4. The top 4 are like consistent. But the 5th one, I don't really know. 5th one's kind of just depending on who's got like good music at the time. Really, so 5 will change. So but 4, so Juice WRLD, RIP to Juice. Juice WRLD all the way. Oh, I love Juice. Like obviously the sad boy times when you like just went through that sad moment in your life. Juice WRLD's always there. Although his music's always there.
For sure.
Travis Scott, absolutely love Travis Scott. He's
in some controversy at the moment.
Oh, I seen that like 9 people died. Oh, everyone's not impressed. But like, that one's, I don't know. I didn't really see how. That's a problem. Like everyone's like, oh, he didn't even like help or stop or do anything. But it's like, you at a concert. Like this is just from what I've gathered.
There's like 50,000 people at that motherfucker.
Yeah, like there's like this is one of their biggest concerts, like festivals. Like when's like it's like people. This stuff like this is going to happen. Like what do you expect? Like this is like going to be one of the big. It's not just like a concert. Like it's not like just Ed Sheeran where you sit there and you sing along. This is like a Travis Scott. You jump, you do this, you do that. Like I know what it looked like. It could have been, maybe it was Travis Scott. Maybe he should have done something. Maybe someone else should have done something. But like it's a pretty big concert with people like absolutely like partying, raving, whatever you want to call it. Like it depends. That one I don't really like. I haven't actually seen what it probably looked like from his perspective. But yeah, Travis Scott. Then Drake's new album, Certified Lover Boy.
That's fire.
What do you say? Are you what, CLB or Donda?
Drake all the way.
Drake, yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna get some flag for this, but I hate Kanye.
Oh, I see. I don't mind Kanye. I love Kanye.
I probably shouldn't say hate because that's a bit hard, but I just
it's a strong word.
I'm not a fan. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Like as in, like of Kanye or his music or both?
Both.
Yeah. So did you listen to Donda at all or not really?
No. I think I might have listened to like one song, but that's about it.
Yeah, like Donda was good. Obviously, like Kanye going like Christian and like no swearing. It doesn't ruin the album, but like it would be nice when like for him to say like, and like obviously obviously Kanye used to always talk about his hoes and like she gold digger. We all remember that song. Like that's not really in this album. Like, it's still a good album, but like Certified Lover Boy by Drake is like so much better. And then Lil Baby at the top. Lil Baby for the last like few years, it's just
is that 3?
So top 3. So yeah, Travis, Drake, and Lil Baby. Lil Baby first. Lil Baby's absolutely goated. Like he's been
Lil Baby's
for a while.
number 1.
Lil Baby's number 1, bro.
Oh, damn.
Wow, what do you think of Lil Baby?
He's not in my top 5.
Oh, what? What's the way? Do you listen to rap or do you listen to other stuff too, or mostly rap?
I
Or
listen to mostly rap, but I do like other genres. But
like I'm the same.
I listen to a lot of rap. Yeah.
So okay, who's your top? Do you have like a top 5?
I think my 5th is like more like you. Like it depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do like. Have you heard of like any of NF songs?
Oh yeah, I know NF. NF's like he's. Yeah, I like it. There's a few of his songs. He's pretty like he's got some good motivation type songs. Like songs like yeah, I know NF. NF's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like classified as a rapper, but I listen to him a lot.
Yeah.
But my top 4. Oh, damn.
All right, here we go.
4 would be. Dang.
Don't even know.
Fuck.
It is hard. It is hard.
4. Actually, hold up. Let me go to my Spotify.
I'll see who's there.
Yeah. Machine Gun Kelly. There we go.
Oh, okay. He's changed. I think he's better. He's doing a lot better with his like more newer style of music than he did with his rap, I reckon. Like I prefer his new stuff.
Yeah.
Like
so anyway, like my top 5 like changes kind of. My top 3 are probably the ones that stick, but at the moment MGK is my 4th. 3rd would be Drake.
Well, Drake's 3rd. Oh, damn, what is the top? What is first?
2nd is J. Cole.
Oh, J. Cole. J. Cole
was
would probably like J. Cole would be like he's like a top, like he's like he's pretty good too.
And number 1 is a white boy answer, Eminem. All the way.
Okay. Eminem has yeah. You know what, Eminem, I'll give that to you. Like Eminem for me growing up was probably like the most like influential person that wasn't like a family member or something. Like Eminem, like and then just got some and he's like 40 something and he's still brought an album last year that was actually like pretty fucking good.
He's my all time.
What's your favorite Eminem song? Or do you have one?
That's a toughie. I don't think I have one. I think one of my favorites would have to be Not Afraid.
Oh my gosh, bro. I love that one, bro.
Just because I remember I was sitting in like year 6 and me and my friend were like up in the back, like listening to it. And
that brings back memories. Yeah, that's like primary school days.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Eminem. Like I remember when last year, I think it was last year, when he brought out his album Music to Be Murdered By, and he had Juice WRLD on it. Obviously, obviously a lot of people listen to that song, but like it was the fact that he put like Juice WRLD. I never expected Eminem to put like Juice WRLD on his album, and when that song came, I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, I'm a huge Kid Laroi fan.
Wow. I've got tickets to that next year. I'm going to see him next year. He's I'm going. Yeah,
I want to go to that.
I can't believe he's like Australian. He's some kid that's absolutely smashed it.
Yeah.
But I am sick of Stay just because it
does get played
now.
It's
especially here. Like, I hear it anytime I go like anywhere. Like Stay. It's a good song, but there is a point where like it's on all the time everywhere. But he's got some absolute bangers though. He does. I'm going to see him next year, and I'm super keen.
He's one artist that I've got just on repeat.
Actually, yeah, he'd probably be like my 5th at the moment, just because like I've been listening to him a fair bit. He's got some good stuff.
Yeah. What's your favorite song by him?
Kid Laroi, I don't know, because he's got a fair few, but he hasn't I don't think he's got enough yet for me to be like okay. But like Pikachu, I like Pikachu. Pikachu's a good one. I don't know. I have like a few that I'd pick. Like there's like a lot. His new album, or like not new album, but like the updated one, is pretty good. Like the whole album, that's actually pretty good. So
yeah, mine's Tragic. I've got that on repeat.
Tragic. He's got so many good songs. Like, and then it just depends, like, because then sometimes I'm not in like the real. Because a lot of his songs, obviously, he's like similar to Juice WRLD. A lot of them are like not sad, but they kind of like those in the feels of hit songs.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes I'm just like, no, I'm in a good mood. I'm not listening to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then where's like Little Baby rank on your list?
See, I don't listen to him. I'm not a Little Baby fan.
Oh, bro.
Should I start listening to him? I don't think I've heard like a song from him.
Really? Like,
I don't think so. Let me have a look.
have you not heard like Drip Too Hard or like his new song with Drake or the song where he's in with Drake?
Oh, I've heard the one on Drake's latest album, and then I've heard What's a Needs and the one on J. Cole's new album. I've heard those three.
Yeah, they're all fire. Dude's goated, bro.
I'll add him to my playlist and give him a listen.
Just give him some songs to listen. Like he's got what's his new album? Oh, he had a new album with Lil Durk, which was like it was okay, but he's got some bangers. He's got some good songs.
All right, I'll give him a listen.
Definitely, super important part of like I think if you grow up playing basketball, rap's obviously always a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Rap just seems like in a lot of sports, rap's just a very big influential thing, especially like basketball in particular. I reckon rap's rap's always involved with basketball. Like you always see rappers at the basketball games. Like basketball players are always talking about the new rap artists. You never hear it's like LeBron James. Anytime we all know LeBron James, when a new album comes out, he can't sing, but like it's always rap albums.
Yeah.
Like, Eminem's album, pretty sure J. Cole's album, like any new rap album, like LeBron James is always on it.
Yeah.
Like basketball and rap just go hand in hand. It's like you grow up playing basketball, like you grow up headphones before the game, you hoodie on, your socks and slides, you walk onto the court. Like that's what I remember playing.
I heard something the other day. I don't know who said it, but I heard it and it was like every basketball player wants to be a rapper and every rapper wants to be a hooper.
Yeah, like that's kind of true. Like
I mean, in a sense, it's true. Yeah.
And because basketball, you always like rapping before the game. You're always rapping songs. You're always doing this. Like basketball players are always rapping. Mm-hmm. Like it's just how it is. Like because they're all big like influential things. Style we're all about our shoes. All rappers and basketball players I know are all about their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all about their shoes, all about their style, all about their clothes.
For sure.
Like that's just that's what I reckon. That's at least what I reckon.
Yeah. Going back to training like PT and stuff. A bit more about that. What do you see in other personal trainers, whether it's like YouTube or people you see at the gym? What do you think other PTs can do better that they don't do good?
So like what they can do better?
Yeah, like things that a lot of other PTs can improve on that. What do you think?
Oh, so like what? So obviously I know a lot of good PTs. I know a lot of bad PTs. So it's one thing is always false expectations. You always see online, lose 6 kilos in this amount of weeks, put on like 10 kilos of muscle in a week, whatever. Or like a lot of, obviously at the end of the day, advertising is some of it, but there's still going to be like a certain degree of like actually being able to achieve it. So like saying to someone, oh, you can lose 10 kilos in like a month, which is, yes, you can do it, but it's not very realistic and it's very difficult. Mm-hmm. Where like, if I said to someone, oh, like 4 kilos, or that's our like measurement or system here, like 4 kilos in 4 weeks, that's a kilo a week, which is a lot more doable. Like it may not sell as well, but like it's more doable where like a lot of PTs, obviously, like we're talking about, money is a big factor. Like if you say to someone, oh, I'll help you lose 10 kilos in like a week. Like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Like, of course you're going to go to that one, but in the long run, it's usually never like the right one.
Yeah.
And just like giving false hope, and especially like these are not PTs, like all the influencers online that don't tell the truth about like, let's say they're steroid use or something. That's obviously another big thing when like they don't tell the truth. If they're open about it, that's fine.
Mhm.
But if it's like, oh, you can achieve like this physique naturally if you follow my program, it's like, boy, that's definitely not true.
Yeah.
And that's just lies. And that's just trying to, sell stuff basically.
Yeah. For sure.
And like, it's just like, because PTs, honestly, I don't know what it's like in America, but like PTs here, like we do kind of probably get paid a fair bit. Like compared to other jobs, like per hourly rate and like your actual PTs, you can earn a fair bit as a personal trainer. Like, because when you're in business, you can charge what you want, but it's like actually doing like basically what you say. And I'm seeing like some people pay a lot of money and they expect certain things, and like obviously you expect certain things from them too, but just like basically paying for quality. Like if you're going to charge someone a very high amount of money, like you better be putting in the work for that client, basically. So I know people that charge a ridiculous amount but do like nothing for their clients. So
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that too.
that's
Yeah. Now, PTs get paid pretty good, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, like you can earn a fair bit, especially if you do like online training and stuff. And it's like let's say if I had 10 online clients all at, let's say $50 a week, that's an easy $500 right there. That's not including face-to-face yet. Like that's like, it's pretty reasonable to charge $50 a week for a coach. Like that's that's Australian price, obviously, but that's a pretty normal price to pay for a coach.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty normal.
How many sessions is that a week?
Like, and it depends. That might even be one a week. That may be one a week. That like I go see my own PT. Like I have my own coach to go through just heaps of things with me, and like it's $70 Australian for a 1 hour session.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what the equivalent is there at the moment, but like $70 for a 1 hour session is like, it's a pretty hefty amount.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
But like that's where, but like if you're paying for clothes, like my coach, I think is well and truly worth the $70. Like we always talk about
some coaches
and like I can message him whenever I want. He will answer me with questions and stuff. So like he's like, I'm happy to pay $70. There's people who pay $70 but definitely don't get that value back.
I think, in my opinion, I think that's what a lot of PTs lack, is that communication. Like I know
definitely
some PTs I've had, like I'd text them and no response, and then I'd send like 5 messages and then I'd get one back like 5 days later. I'm like,
that's like my girlfriend has just she swapped coaches now, but she had one. It was the same thing. Like she would send in progress photos every week, and like all she would get at the end of the week was, oh, nice. Like that's as a PT, someone sends you progress photos. Like you tell them, oh, okay, you need to work on this, you need to do this, or like, oh my gosh, you look absolutely amazing, or okay, you've held a bit more water weight or whatever, you should be doing this, not nice. Like what the is that?
Yeah, have a bit more feedback for me.
Yeah, like as in like, or if like obviously you can be honest. Like if they need it, your shoulder, you need to work on your shoulders a bit more. Okay, but not just nice. Like that's And she was just like, and like she was like, what the fuck is this? Like I'm not going to pay. And yeah, it's been happening for a while. So she swapped coaches now, but still like that's what I mean. Like you're paying for someone to just say nice at the end of the week. Like it's not worth it. Like you got to find the right PT.
For sure. You got any advice for upcoming PTs?
Upcoming PT, start as early as you can and decide what like you want to do with your business. Like I was talking to someone about this the other day, because obviously most PTs enjoy training to a degree. Like I'm pretty sure almost every PT I know trains at a gym or just trains in general. Understand that depending on how far you want your business to go, depending on how far you want your training to go, one of them will probably take a hit, just because trying to manage a PT business where you're training people all day and still you do your own training is not easy.
Yeah.
So managing time is one, and deciding if your own training is one. Let's say you're trying to train for a marathon and you got to run a certain amount every day. That's going to limit the amount of PTs and stuff you can do in that day. If you need to go for like a 20K run in a day, that's going to limit how many PTs you can have. But if you want a bigger business with more PTs, more money, then obviously your training will have to take a step back because you have to there's a lot of work that does go into it. Like today, so like, let's say for example, today, my day is like, so class at 6 a.m, PT at 7:15, PT at 7:45, PT at 8:30, class at 9:15. So then I came here for this today, but then basically I've got my meals and stuff already. I prep my meals on the weekend, but like if I have to come home after, cook some food, go hit my own session, and then be back at work in the afternoon at like 3 o'clock. Like, and then basically from work from 3 till 7. And then basically by the time I get home, have a shower, I go to bed, do any work I need to, and then I'm up at 4:30. Like
that's crazy.
You got to learn to be able to time manage, and like it's like during the day, I leave enough time to make sure I can train in the gym myself for like probably about 2 hours. I like to try and get 2 hours if I can. But like if my business was a lot more important, I could train for an hour. Or like if my training was more important, I could take less clients and train for like 3 hours instead. You just need to decide which one's going to be more important in the long run.
For sure. Any more advice for him?
Probably, just time management. And if you're going to be PT, learn how to talk to people, learn how to yell, learn how to socialize. And social media, obviously, probably the biggest thing at the moment. Promote yourself, post stuff regularly, post on your story once the absolute minimum. Post stuff, get people to know you, post your self-training, post your photos of flexing mirror, like just do it. But then people know what you're all about. If you've got personal training available, let people know.
For sure.
And just provide value, like stuff we already went over. Like if you're going to PT, like make sure you're messaging your clients, make sure you're getting their programs done, make sure if you'll see them face to face, push them along. Like just make sure that if you're charging a decent amount, make sure you're actually putting that value, and you'll have clients for a lot longer of time.
For sure. That's good advice. I like it. You gotta get going soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'll go do my own training now. I'll go finish my meal, and then I go train. What do you got planned for the day? Oh no, you're like 5 o'clock already.
Yeah,
probably not much else.
It's 20 to 7, so have some dinner. That's about it. I do have just one more question. You got time for one more?
Yeah, all good.
All right. What are your plans what are your goals for the future with your PT?
So the big goal someday is to have my own gym, So it's like my own rules. I can have whatever equipment I want in it. So obviously that's just a lot of money. That's basically just saving up money. But having my own gym someday, I'd love to compete on like a stage someday, like a physique show or something, and just to like keep training people and just basically keep evolving and stuff, and like get to the point where maybe sometime in the future, like my gym and my like online coaching and stuff can like kind of run by itself. Where like, because obviously like, even though I love my job, I think we all have like a time where it's like you don't want to work for every day for the rest of your life. Like you want to get to a point where you can have things that just make money and stuff for you. Like obviously I still would love to train people and stuff. I would love to be able to go do other things in life other than just basically spend it at work and stuff. But yeah, have my own gym, basically just grow my business. Get more stuff on there soon. But definitely, guys, go check out. There's programs on there. There's 2 programs on there. Just go have a look. Go follow my Instagram. Go support me. Go support Trystan. I'll be posting this stuff on my story too. But go support Trystan too if you're watching this. Go support the brand.
Appreciate it, everyone.
I'll let you know when my clothes get here.
Oh, that'll be good. Everyone go follow Jai on Instagram. The link will be in the description, and same with his website. So
let's go.
Check that out. And don't forget to follow the brand.
Sponsored athlete.
Link will be in the description.
You're having as an athlete soon, or you have athletes or anything soon, or once you get bigger, you'll start doing that kind of stuff?
I want to eventually, get to that point. I'm trying to build it into like a company and stuff. So eventually I want to be able to have, athletes and stuff. That'd be sick.
That'd be sick. I'd love to be able, I'd love to see that. And like once you bring out like your shorts, your hoodie, even though we're down in Australia, we're going to go into like our hottest season soon. But like, I can't wait for the hoodies and stuff. I'll definitely be getting a hoodie when they come out.
Appreciate it. Yeah, everyone. Just wait. There's big things coming for this brand. So
yeah,
just wait.
All right.
I appreciate you joining me.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys later.
See y'all.